What's good, y'all? I'm Jakai Lewis, and welcome back to another episode of Still Young Broadcast. Now, today, again, is very, very special. I have my friend, my sister, a brilliant mind, a beautiful soul. I keep going on for days, millions of years. Very, very, very special person. A woman of honor, Miss I.A. Barnes. Woo! Also known as, wait, I ain't done.
Oh, I'm clapping for myself.
Yes, period. Also known as Miss Nothing Better. Also known as Yay.
Say nothing.
And my Easy Weezy. What's going on?
Period, boo.
What's going on, Yee?
What's up, Kaya? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can spit out Nick.
Yes,
All right.
anything you want. We're
Right.
totally ourselves. How you feeling, though?
I'm feeling good. I'm so happy to be here, to be honest.
Oh, it's an honor to have you here.
I'm just
Listen,
ready for whatever you got. Whatever you got for me.
when it was time for me to get this done with you, I'm like, I already know you were going to be down for it.
Right.
But wait, before we get into the good magic part, let's make our toast. Let's make our
All right,
toast.
all right, all right. I like toast. What we toasting to?
We going to make a toast in our Still Young mugs, period.
Oh, hold on. Period.
And that's
boo.
on period.
You see it?
You see it. We're going to make a toast to love, to happiness, to family, blessings, more life, and what else? Yeah, what else we making a toast to?
Success.
Success. That's on period.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
chocolate.
That's chocolate. That's everything.
That was the cherry on the top.
Ice on the cake. No pun intended. Nothing better. And here we go. So,
We just got some water today.
yeah, we just have water. Nothing too.
We chilling.
We feeling good. We vibing. But back to what I was saying before the toast, right? Me and Yay go way, 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 way back. Like, this is my sister right here. And for those of you who know, you know. For those of you who don't know, now you know. Like, literally from the beginning of both of our brands, like, before Still Young, before Nothing Better, we was there. Like, sisterhood for real. So, let's start there, actually.
Alright.
When Nothing Better first started, Yay, basically, in your kitchen, right?
In my kitchen.
Mixing, packing, crumbling, the cookies, everything.
Everything.
How does it feel now that how many years ago was that? What was that?
That was 2017.
2017?
2017.
How does it feel from there to now, how much of the process has changed? Because you don't even have to do that much.
Nope. So I feel like I've made so much progress since then. It just feels amazing to know that I can still put out the same amount of effort. Well, let's say still get great results, but not less effort, but just a smarter way. It's always better to work smarter and not harder. And
Right.
before, when we was when we was working in my mom's kitchen in 2017, we was working hard and hands hurting, all of that. I mean, but of course it was worth it. Of course it really, that's the foundation of it. So it really taught me some crazy things. And even if I ever didn't have the options that I have now, like more advanced stuff, I would definitely know how to go back to the root of things and still get the work done.
That's key.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because sometimes we get comfortable, sometimes we can get
Absolutely.
very complacent. But to know that if all else fails, that I know how to get to the real groundwork of
absolutely.
things. So speaking of that and how the process has transitioned, what does a day of work look like for you right now?
Whew. All right, so
It's my favorite part, because my girl be on it, like she gets the job done.
okay, so a typical work day, even if I tell myself I'm only gonna work, let's say 5 hours today, a typical work day is 10 to 12 hours. I am working at least 4 to 5 days a week, so that's that's still like every day of the week. Just me by myself, but as of right now.
Right. As of right now.
But okay, so a typical work day is depending on what it is that I have to do, because now that I offer so much stuff, other more than pudding, it's cakes, it's breakable hearts, cocoa bombs, it's chocolate covered anything. So now that there are so many different avenues, It definitely depends on what I have to do. Typically, I am up at 6 a.m.
Woo!
Yeah.
Real entrepreneur lifestyle.
Typically up. Even if I had to go to bed at 4 a.m., I'm right back up at 6, get myself together, at least try to be out the door by 7, and go to the workplace and just, get it in. And once I start working, I can't stop. So I definitely have to do the shopping and stuff. I have to make sure my whole week, well, I know you just asked about it today, but I'm just going to.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I just got to make sure that my whole week is planned out accordingly, because I cannot, like squeeze-ins and stuff, people probably be thinking I'll be making stuff up when I say, no, I can't take a squeeze in this week, because if I already went shopping for that certain amount of stuff, I'm the type that I can't stop what I'm doing. I'm going to definitely, make sure that I plan everything out. So if I got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, whatever, I got just plain cupcakes, I gotta make sure that I got everything down to the science, right. So I can make sure, I got everything done. I mean, I can get everything done in a good, good time and stuff like that. But anyway, typical day is I wake up at like 6. I probably won't get done.
I'm interested to know this.
Yeah, I probably won't get done until, most times I'm getting done around 10. And there has been times, a lot of times, where I pulled 24 hours. Like, no.
Like, no joke.
It's like, no lie, like, this is like, I've been up 24 hours straight, like, and it would be so crazy. It'd be like, yo, you know how, like, once your body starts to come down, and, okay, so anyway, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place.
This is what it's about. This is what the podcast is about.
But anyway, yeah, so typical day is I work, at least, like I said, 10 to 12 hours, even if I get out of there, even if I get done work at least 8 or 9, I still need an hour to clean. So it's like, it's never ending. Like, it's never ending. Because of course you want to, even if you leave that night, you want to come back tomorrow and, everything be fresh and clean and, just prepared for you to now have another good work day. You don't never want to leave mess and walk into mess and stuff like that. But, yeah, typically I don't eat. And if I do eat, it's like one meal a day, which is not good. And I didn't realize, like, yo, I don't eat until I'll like get home, get in the shower, and calm down. I'm like, yo, all I had was Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks today. Like, that's about it. So now I am learning that, just try to order something or try to take some things to work with you so that you, don't be hungry. Yeah, I hope I explained everything, but yeah, typically just up all day, standing on my feet, just trying to maneuver through everything, trying to come up with a schedule, because everything requires to be made differently. It's like you can't, well, me, because I can't hop from one thing to the next, so I try to go order by order. So that it's like, all right, so even if I have chocolate covered pretzels for 2 different events, I can't, like, I'm not the type that'll be able to do the pretzels for the Paw Patrol and the pretzels for the 13 Shades of Grey.
Gotcha.
At one time, I have to do party by party, because it's just like, it's something with my own brain.
It make more sense to you.
Yeah, it just makes way more sense. So definitely just scheduling out everything and not really eating, just standing all day, and it might sound miserable, but it's still an enjoyment while I'm doing stuff. So that's a typical day.
It's 2 things you touched on that I want to ask you about too. Just the idea of scheduling and planning, because you're a very organized person, and they could tell just by the way you just described that you're very organized. So how do you keep everything together? What do? You write it out? You put it in your calendar and your phone? Like, what is your process to making sure everything is written and planned out?
All right. So it's
y'all gotta take notes.
It's a whole process with being organized, especially as you grow. So before, just my notes was my friend, iPhone notes. All right, I would have it separated, so it would be like this week's events, and I still keep it that way as well. This week's events, and then upcoming events, and it'll just have everyone listed out, their names, their dates, what it is that they order and stuff like that. And if people give me a specific time, like, hey, I need this May 31st at 3 p.m., it has the time and stuff next to it. But now I transition into my calendar because it just helps me. Because sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, I forget to look at my notes.
That's how we get.
So,
Me too.
like, I've had those days.
Me too.
Honestly speaking, I've had those days where I woke up and I'll wake up to a text like, hey, is it okay if I still come at 2:30? And I'm like, 2:30? Wait, what's your order? What's going on? What did you order? But yeah, definitely my calendar, definitely heavy on the reminders. I am a write everything type of person. As you know, that's something that we share.
Yes.
We write everything out.
Literally.
When I say I have notebooks for everything, I have notebooks for everything. So definitely still write everything out. And it's good. You probably think it's not necessary to have so many reminders like, all right, you already wrote it out on your notes. You already got it in your calendar. You already got it in the notebook. But it's still, the notebook is more so for me to just keep record of a lot of stuff as well. But also it's still like you need all of those reminders because sometimes every day life can take over too, or life can just move so fast that you'll like forget. So definitely and I'm the type of person that my brain is only focused on certain stuff at certain times,
right.
So I definitely have to use all of those different sources in order to stay organized, and
right.
They are very much helpful. So yeah,
I love it. And the second thing is too, just because you touched on it a little bit when you were talking, but just mentally being prepared for the day, like getting into that mood. Yeah. What is that process like? Like, what do you do to mentally prepare yourself for the day? Because you and I both know we had tons of conversations then, now, about you have to be mentally prepared for certain things.
No, absolutely.
Especially dealing with customers too.
Yeah, cause like, and part of it is dealing with people in general. You
right.
definitely want to make sure that they are still comfortable with even asking you, hey, what time can I come, or whatever. Still comfortable with having the conversation. But one thing that I do to mentally prepare myself, of course, I get up in the morning. I don't know what your belief is, but I'm a heavy prayer. Like I pray about everything, even if it's just me, just like, God, just give me the strength to get through these days. Cause I'm gonna be honest, and I have my days where I want to ball up in the corner. Like I just want to have a day where I wake up and be like, I am not in the mood to do this. So definitely, prayer is my number one priority.
So interested in it.
And then number two, I just, music.
There we go.
Listen, I got that music that's like, all right.
There we go.
I'm about to go in the kitchen. I'm about to whip it up. Yeah, like I gotta have that push to, music is definitely what keeps me going, especially the whole time during working. I have the speaker that sounds like I'm in a studio, so it pretty much sounds
that'll do it.
Yeah, it pretty much sounds like I'm in a studio. Definitely music. But what I do is, like I said in advance, I definitely just organize everything. Being organized and having a business, they are going to be each other's best friend. Like you have to be organized. So I definitely just make sure that all right, even if it's nighttime and I'm half asleep and I'm tired, I just gotta still look over the list of things so that I know, all right, maybe tomorrow what I have to do is less time consuming than the day before. So maybe I can wake up at 7 tomorrow and I don't have to be there so early. So it's just like, you definitely, for one, you gotta, in order to mentally prepare yourself, you just gotta always make sure that what it is that you are doing is already prepared too.
Right.
So if that's not prepared, then you ain't gonna be mentally prepared. So
right.
I hope to answer your question, but definitely prayer for one, and music is my top two things that help me get through work.
And being prepared, like you said.
And being prepared, just always making sure that you're organized. Biggest key.
This is what I'm excited to ask you too, because at the beginning you were definitely heavy on pudding, like that was your thing. My favorite was the strawberry banana pudding. I was crazy over the strawberry, like so. But now you're doing cakes, cupcakes, you doing pretzels and everything. How was that transition going from just, you know, your main thing to like, yo, I'm spreading to everything? Like, how was that? Like,
ooh, crazy, right?
How was that?
Crazy. I would say it's a great transition. I feel like the transition was definitely worth it and necessary because it's showing me that I know how to do way more. I thought I was just good at putting, but it's like, no, you are way, you know, you got other things that you can be creative in. But most importantly, I just felt like the transition has been challenging, and I'm always up for a challenge, so I like challenges. Yeah, it's definitely been challenging. Mainly because it's like, all right, like I said, so now things require more stuff. So with pudding, it's like, all right, you like you said, you know, you make all your product. You can just you crush the cookies and you know you prepare the cups,
right? And
that's just that. You push that out, right? Now it's like, no, I gotta make sure that the cake is baked right, not burnt, or like it's just so much more to it. Even transitioning into, you know, making chocolate covered treats, it's like you gotta make sure that if somebody ordered purple, that's the correct purple. Like, it's so much more
very
detailed than what it was. So now it's like I said, it's way more challenging. But I feel like the transition was good because it really showed me how creative I actually am. Like, I never knew. I thought I would just, all right, I'm just going, you know, hustle, sell my little pudding, and, you know, go on about my day. Now look, it's a whole business. That was a hustle that turned into a business.
Y'all, I'm just very excited because, like I said, we've seen it from the beginning, and I'm just happy and blessed to be a part of that process with you to see like your growth. Like, it's not surprising, it's not crazy. We knew what was destined, right? We just didn't know how it was going to fall out, and it's falling out so beautifully.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Of course. Speaking of going from, you know, just wanting to do this to business. Listen. You know, not everything you do, because you do a lot, and not everything you get to post. But if it's this one post, I hit you, I'm like, yay.
I don't get to post everything. You're right about that. Speaking of that, I owe them some content.
Listen, that content coming. Look, and you heard it here first on Still Young Broadcast. But it's this one post in specific that you did for an event, and it says Spurgo on it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Right? So I straight hit you as soon as I saw it, like, yay. Yo, congratulations on that Spurgo event.
You did.
Talk to us. How did that feel? Like, how did that feel? How did it come? Like, what's going on?
Alright, so of course, I appreciate every order. Every order that comes through, for sure.
Speak on it.
I am definitely, I appreciate it from the bottom of my soul because there are so many people that do what I do. But that one in particular, it felt good. It felt like my work didn't go in vain. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was like, out of all the people, because I'm pretty sure, you know, that they have. Because when you own, you know, a clothing business, so many people probably come in and network and say, oh, hey, you know, I do this, I bake cakes, it's so many people that, you know, you probably come in contact that makes any kind of pastry. So it was like, the fact that they, you know, felt like the need to come to me, I just felt like honored. I felt like, wow. Not even just me, my work speaks for itself. Because I feel like that's what drew them in. It's my work that, you know, speaks for itself. So that was an amazing feeling because it was also just like, this is only the beginning. Like, this is truly only the beginning. And I don't know if I told you before, but there are multiple people that I definitely did work with, and I'm honored every time. I've worked with Shaka Johnson. I've done Cocoa Bombs for Tierra Way. It's like I've done so many things, and it's like, so every time it just feel amazing. Like, thank you. Hey, little old me.
Oh, yeah. No, big yay, okay? Okay, big yay, big nothing better. And the beauty with that is too, you know, with Spurgo, and then, you know, you said Shaka Johnson and Tierra Whack. This is a lot of, like, you know, black businesses, black love, and that's another key thing too. It's just a brilliant thing to, like, be a part of.
Yeah.
So now that we're in the talk of business and boss talk, even before we had the clip rolling, y'all, we were having a conversation about, you know, entrepreneurship and how being a boss isn't easy, like, at all. So let's dip on that a little bit, because, you know, when we post these things and then we showing them a little bit of our day, they don't really see the downside of a lot of things and how much work and time we put into everything.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, it's not easy.
It's definitely not easy. I gotta take a deep breath for that one.
I feel you.
It's definitely not easy. There's so much stuff that comes into play when it comes to business. So for one, you gotta make sure all your paperwork and stuff is right, because you're gonna have the people that test you, and just, you know, just want to make sure everything is right. It's just not easy. It's like I said, those days that I want to just ball up in the corner, I can't just say, all right, hey, I'm gonna call out today, because I can't. Who I'm gonna call out to is me. It's my business. I have to continue to still get up and, you know, carry it on, because most days these people are dependent on me for important events, whether it's they're celebrating their birthday, whether they're doing a wedding, whether it's, you know, any kind of special occasion. And it's like I have to still continue to get up. It's just not easy being your own boss. It may look easy, but it's really not easy at all. I'm just trying to, like, it's so many things, and of course you don't want to discourage people, but everything really isn't for everybody, and you really have to be built for it. Like we said, like we was talking about, you really have to be built for it. You have to really have that mentality, like, all right, even when I don't feel like it, I have to still get up and go. Even when, you know, you definitely, like, blood, sweat, and tears, you're going to put those things into your business, because there's been times that I've testified to this. Like, I always talk to my followers and just try to, like, keep them updated on what's going on with me. But there's been times where I've cried the whole time doing treats, because it's like, why in the world did I even tell them I know how to do this? So now I'm crying the whole time to make sure that I, produce the thing and make sure that it's correct and make sure that they're in love with it. But there is so much. It's just so much when it comes to being your own boss. You make your own schedule, of course, but then if you make your own schedule and you say, I'm only going to work this amount of hours a week, and you have bills like I do, and it's not just a hustle, you have to really get up and be persistent. So like you said, yeah, it's so much. It's so much. What else did we touch on? I'm just trying to like
gravitate to it, right?
Yeah, it was just so much stuff. Like, it's like you just really have to be mentally prepared for a business,
right? And being okay with learning things along the way, and that everything is just gonna come to you in the beginning. Like you said, that persistence and having that mindset of like, yo, listen, it's gonna be some things I'm gonna do wrong.
Yes, absolutely. Because there are times I am apologizing to people all day long, because I'm like, well, does that come out how I expected it to come out, or just and also you have to be a people's person. You have to because you always want to make sure that I call them my family. I call them my nothing better family. But you always want to make sure that your customers and, your clientele, that they always feel comfortable and the need to want to come back to you. So, yeah, it's a lot that comes into play when, starting your own business, especially, most importantly, the paperwork. Just making sure that you are documenting everything, making sure that you're not cheating yourself, like putting out so much that you're not making nothing back. Of course there are learning moments, though. Don't get me wrong. There might be times where you putting out, something, but it shouldn't be always that. So you have to truly learn your business and truly learn, like I said, truly learn your business, truly learn the ins and outs of it. So it's a lot. It's a lot that comes with being your own boss. And I'll just say it's not easy. There are times where you are completely sick. There are times where it's just so many scenarios that I can come up with, and it's just like you have to still do it. You gotta still do it.
And try to remain calm, right?
Because you're going to have the people that test you. And you're going to be like, okay.
you trying, but I ain't going to let it work.
Yeah.
Not today.
So yeah, definitely it's definitely hard being your own boss, but of course if you are built for it. And also making sure that the business that you have is for you.
Let's speak on it.
Let's speak on it.
Because that actually was a big thing we were talking about too.
Yeah, that was a big thing. So you definitely have to make sure that if you are going to start this business, you're gonna go do all this stuff, because it was a bandwagon thing. Go get your LLC,
right?
Go do this, and you signing yourself up for all of this stuff, and you don't even know if you like it. And one thing I will encourage everyone to do is test it out first,
right?
Because before you gonna make all of these commitments, that's just like when you're dating. You're gonna date first before you say, "Oh, we getting married."
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
You have to test it out first. And don't test everything out.
Not everything,
but before you commit to things, you definitely just wanna check it out and make sure. All right, do I like this? Do I even? Does this even fit me? Does this? Some stuff may require you to be a morning person, but if you really a night owl, it's no point in you even pursuing a business that can only work for you throughout the daytime. You might, so it's mainly about identifying what works perfect for you and really identifying, is this really my talent? Am I just hopping on the bandwagon because because it's popular at this time? Yeah. Which is okay. Like we are all human. We are all going to learn in different ways about how we like things, but it's not okay when you try to continue to pursue things and really try to go on and take this on, and then you end up like, I hate this. Like I'm waking up every day and I hate this job. I hate this career for myself. So yeah, definitely just identifying what's best for you, what works best for you. Like I was telling Jakai earlier, I was like, Kaya, I could never imagine waking up and say I'm gonna be a photographer, because I let's be honest, you know me, I don't even really like taking pictures like that. I don't like talking in front of people. So it's
but great conversation behind the scenes. All day. She's brilliant, very
definitely
intelligent.
Great conversation, like one-on-one type of thing. But I can't imagine saying, yeah, I'm gonna be a photographer, because with those things, each business requires different things. So if I wake up and say I'm gonna create hoodies, I'm gonna have to get dressed up every day. I'm gonna have to make sure that these people want to buy my hoodies because of how I dress it up. Right. I'm gonna have to make different content that make me, make people want to buy my stuff. That's not me personally. I'm already not really an Instagram type of person. That's why it's hard for me to even upload the pictures of the things that I make now.
We see what we see, right?
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. But so you definitely just have to figure out what works best for you.
I'm so glad you touched on that, because so much of it is screaming. Yeah. Just stay true to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just stay true to yourself and finding out what that core is, what that base is.
Yeah.
And like you touched base on earlier, like, praying and really trying to figure it out. Like, you gotta have some kind of belief in something, because that's the best way that you're able to reach new levels and do what's ready for you.
No, definitely. You definitely have to have a belief in something. And I know that with my business, and I always tell people this all the time, my business is carried by God, because if it cannot, the amount of responsibility that comes with that business, because like I said, you are in charge of people's most important events, and the amount of responsibility that comes with that, and to a person is like, oh, that's nothing, but no, it's really something, because you make the stuff that's memorable. When everybody go to an event, what's the first thing they record? The tree table. Everybody like, oh my God. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So definitely, it's definitely carried out by God. And the reason I always say prayer is because I had this one interaction, right, before. These people told me they was having a glow in the dark party, and they didn't give me no more detail, right?
That's it.
I just want everything to be customized to glow in the dark. And they got their treats, right? And they said, oh my gosh, how did you know to put these pictures on the cupcakes? So I'm like I'm looking like, and she was like, it's the same exact backdrop that I have. But that's why I say prayer is so important, because there is it's times where I'm like, God, yeah, and I'll be like, God, just make sure that my treats are in alignment with their event, because you want because if this was somebody else, I mean, if somebody was doing my stuff, I want everything to match perfect. I don't want you to just throw anything. I want you to look like you really put your time and effort into my stuff. So. Right. Yes, that's the reason why I say you should have some kind of faith. I agree with you. You know, have some kind of faith beyond your business and some kind of, foundation. And mine is definitely prayer. So yeah.
Let me say this. See, and this is what Still Young as a brand is about, right? Mm-hmm. Dropping those gems, right? Mm-hmm. Excuse me, y'all. Giving that knowledge, telling our story, but also giving people their flowers while they're here. And I want to say this while you're here right now and on camera, because we do this regularly. Yeah, but just to say, like, thank you for having that much insight and detail, because like you said, you have a responsibility for your business and for a big part of these events. And making sure you pay attention to detail, making sure you show up on time, making sure everything is perfect. Yeah, we thank you for that. So shout out to you. And that's going to show how you are as a person, though. Yeah. Like, very organized, very detailed, very straight to the point.
And character plays a big part.
Yeah. So
in anything that you do, you have to have the correct personality for it, like everything. So thank you. I really appreciate that.
I love it here. So this is what I want to ask you too. Mm-hmm. Where do you get your inspiration from? Like, what inspires you?
That's a good question. Where do I get my inspiration from? All right, so that's a good question. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right, so I definitely am inspired by. First off, let's say for one, whatever the theme is. So I'm crazy over if it's like a certain theme or something I have to do. I'm sorry to keep relating back to treats, but that's like one of my biggest things.
You good.
I'm always inspired by the theme. I do sometimes find myself going on apps like Pinterest or something like that for inspiration. But of course, if whatever I see, I always take and put my own twist on it. So I never can find myself directly copying off of something. Like, I'll see something and it'll spark something else in me. And I'll be like, all right, that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to do that.
Right.
I don't really, what's funny is you would think that, because I don't really have time to sit and like seek out like, this is my favorite baker or something like that. Like, I don't have that time. Even if I did, I don't have a favorite. Like, I don't have like someone like, oh my God, like that's it right there. I don't have one.
This is cool. We love this.
I'm being honest. I don't have anyone at this moment. Of course, I'll hope that one day I do, maybe. But I don't have anyone in specific that is like, yo, that person right there. They make me keep going when it comes to baking. It made me a little sad.
It's all good, because listen, you're doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you. But yeah, definitely Pinterest and prayer. Like I said, that's the main two.
And prayer is a big one.
But yeah, like I'll search certain things, or I'll look up maybe like a hashtag. So I have to do a certain event. I'll look up shades of new or something if that's the party I have to do. But like I said, I'll always take it and I'll put my own twist to it. Because of course. And don't get me wrong, because in the baker's world or the pastry world, you're going to see a lot of the same stuff. Because, again, it's but so much stuff that you can do. Like, of course, you can be very creative and go all the way out the box. But I feel like as bakers and pastry makers, it's okay to look at those for inspirations. Like, I always encourage other people, don't copy directly. Put your own twist to it. Because even if I have the same event, I sort of get upset sometimes, and I'm going to be honest, when people ask me, they'll screenshot a picture off of Nothing Batter's page and be like, can you do my cake exactly like that? And I'm like, y'all want nothing different? And I'll ask, I'll be like, can I put my own twist to it? Can I do something a little different? Unless it's like something that's like, you really can't, change it up. But 9 times out of 10 I'm asking, all right, can I, take this from this? And they're like, yeah, that's good. I trust you.
Make it a little different.
Yeah, so definitely just creativity, I guess, is my inspiration. Just always willing to be creative and be unique. I want every treat to be unique. So that's deep. That's my inspiration right there.
Cause listen, definitely 2 things that's gonna stand you out from the rest: the consistency and being unique. Like you said.
Yeah, definitely being unique. And one thing, another thing that I would think, that I think makes me stand out is just definitely caring so much because about about the product that I put out, because there's been multiple times where I had stuff that was so beautiful, like, oh my goodness, this is beautiful, but it tastes like okay, you get what I'm saying? I'm being honest here. But my Nothing Better's goal is not only do we want you to express yourself through your creativity and all the stuff the ideas that you bring, but I want to make sure each time that I'm giving you a product that you are going to enjoy.
Right.
Because there are times where it's like, all right, it was just pretty for the moment, but I don't want to go back because of the taste. And then there's times where it's like, wow, it was beautiful and it tastes really good. And that's my main goal. Like, I want it to be both. I want to be able to fulfill both areas. Like, it's really pretty and this is absolutely amazing. I had a vegan actually tell me yesterday. She was like, because she had ordered cupcakes and cake pops for her son's birthday, and she was like, girl, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a vegan, but the way they were raving about your cupcakes, I had to try it. And she said, I know I was gonna get. She said, because of course, you don't eat certain things like eggs and stuff like that. So she was like, I knew that I was gonna pay for it in the morning. She said, I am paying for it, but it was absolutely amazing.
Wow, yay.
So I was like, I told her, I'm like, well, I'm happy and sad at the same time, but
you had to break that cycle.
I'm happy that you were able to taste it, that you enjoyed it, and that it was worth eating. But I'm sad now that if you're feeling any pain or anything. So yeah, but definitely looks and taste is definitely plays a huge part in Nothing Better.
And I say there y'all have it because look, it's the best of the best. You got the vegan. They like, oh no, I gotta try this because listen, I know this ain't my lifestyle, but I'm going to dig in.
Yeah, especially it's probably like you hear everybody keep saying this is so good. So I would definitely probably be tempted too. Let me try it.
Right. Let me see
what's really good.
Yeah. What is, I want to say, one of the biggest lessons you probably learned? And it doesn't have anything to do with, it can do with anything, business, personal, whatever.
The biggest lesson. The biggest lesson I've learned. Consistency. Consistency brings forth, like good results. So, also, one of the biggest lessons I've learned.
That's a good one. That was for me too. I think that would be.
No, that's good. You know why? Because I'm gonna be honest. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I cut Nothing Better off for about a good year and a half before.
Listen, we both got that. Keep taking them breaks. Like, yo, listen.
Yeah.
We gotta figure it out. Yeah.
But I've learned that completely cutting it off actually hindered me. It like pulled me back a lot, because if I was still being some sort of consistent throughout that time, maybe I would have, of course every lesson, is you learn from everything that you do. Right. So of course I wouldn't never just go cold turkey again. But those moments where I do have my weak moments where I feel like I'm not producing as good as much because maybe I'm taking on too much, too much work. And so certain stuff is starting to lack. I'm learning that it's still good to be consistent, because you want to make sure you are still, continuing on with the process, and not just when you go cold turkey, you just quit. You like because I quit like a year and a half to like 2 years. I was like I quit, but then when you get back in the swing of things, it's hard because now it's like you're literally starting from nothing, and I had to start from nothing. I had to remember what it felt like to work long hours again. I had to remember what it's like to even make the stuff. Like it's like. Wait, I forgot like certain ingredients or certain techniques that I used to do. So it's like if you would have been consistent and still just trying or taking less work so that you can or even if I do one order a day, that's still being consistent, because compared to if I know that a certain amount of orders I can take per day, but if you're still being consistent, like, or I'm gonna still try to give it something, that's progress. Progress is better than no progress, and completely stopping was really my biggest lesson, because it really pushed me back so much. Not only financially, because financially I was in a slump. I was, and like you said before, I forget what the question was, but what is it like being your own boss? Sometimes you be completely broke.
Yeah, let's talk.
Sometimes
talk about that
you
too.
Go completely broke.
Yep. Go ahead.
And you be working, and you like, yo, I just worked a 12-hour day, and now I don't have nothing. It's like, what did I just work for? But sometimes you're gonna, be completely broke. But as long as you're consistent, it will still bring forth something. And you'll have. My whole thing is the internal fulfillment. How I feel when I make sure how I feel when I see the smiles on the people's faces.
Speak.
So that's really.
No,
so that's
for real.
really what it is.
Because most times we can get caught up in like
the money.
Yeah.
The attention that it may bring, and I'm not that type of person, so neither one of those. I always tell people there are times where certain incidents may happen, and I would let them know, listen, it's not about the money. It's literally about how you feel when you see your stuff, or how you feel when you taste this, or because like I've even had people like, wow, this reminds me of such and such. Maybe when I used to make something with my grandma. And it's like, that's a fulfillment. You get what I'm saying? Because that's powerful. That's very much powerful. And that's why I tell people all the time, I always say, nah, this is bigger than money. Yeah. This is way bigger than money. It's really about, and because people be like, well, how can making treats make people happy? And it's like, no, it definitely does. These people start to become a part of your everyday life, sort of. And you're just like, I'm very big on customer service, so I'm always constantly checking in and just like making sure, you enjoy stuff, and let's see, that's pretty much it. And
you just brought something to my attention. It's funny they say that, because really, when you're growing up in certain households, like food and treat stuff will bring the family together. So to me, that's brilliant. Yeah. And I have to say this too. You're definitely in the space and doing what you're supposed to do. You know that. We all know that. But like I said, we doing the flowers because just your energy, your spirit, your soul, and like I said, how you pay attention to detail, it's just all perfect. It's just all aligned perfectly.
Especially because I am a detailed person, as you know. Yeah. I love to, because when people do detailed stuff from me, I know how it made me feel. So imagine me being able to do that for a complete stranger. Right. I'm like, wow. Right. Like, I really made your day. Yes. I'm happy. I'm happy I made your day.
Yo, and it's so good, because just even thinking about legacy and leaving our marks, that's a big thing. Yeah. That sometimes, the influence of the world can get you to forget that,
because we can get so caught up on things that's not important.
Yeah. So that's a big thing, leaving your mark. We leaving our marks. Let's talk a little bit about that, just in the everyday interaction, even just meeting a stranger, maybe they say something nice to you, just, speaking, having a conversation with somebody, or like you said, just paying attention to somebody smiling at the work that you do, just leaving your mark. How does that feel? I
can say it truly is, I don't even know the word for it. It just, cause it's beyond amazing. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that I can, even, you know, of course, just naturally, I'm that type of person, naturally beyond my treats and stuff like that.
Right.
So the fact that I can do that, it's just like I said before, it's just a fulfillment. It just felt like, wow, because sometimes we really don't know what people are going through, or because I know personally I have those days where I may be smiling, but I might still be going through something, and you don't know. All it takes is to be kind to someone and really just pay close close attention. You may be in the store and someone pocket maybe out or something, like, you know, like coming out there and you're like, hey, you know, you just fix your pocket. But you don't know how much that might have helped that person, because it's like, wow, I might have had money deep down in it, but it just takes a lot. I mean, it just takes nothing to be kind. Like, and being kind really goes a long way, because now that person might have been having a bad day. Now they might be like, dang, that person cares so much to be so detailed to tell me, hey, something was falling out, or my, you know, just to fix myself. And now I can go help somebody else. Like, you never know what you are doing and putting in that person to go and put into more people in the world. So,
right in a day.
Yeah, and I'll listen. I smile all day long.
Yo, you and I both.
Yes, absolutely. Remember people used to ask, why do you smile?
Why are you so happy? We was like, why are you
why are you so sad?
What does that mean? Like, are we supposed to just walk around like regular all day? Like, if we have beautiful smiles, so
yeah, you know, $1 million smile.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Actually. And yeah, let me tell you this too.
I'm listening.
Look how God worked, and look how we're so aligned and in sync, because you just bring up the word kind. I'm gonna tell you why that's important.
Okay.
A little later.
Okay.
Let me ask you this though. Outside of business, what do you like doing a lazy day? Like days that you don't have anything to do?
Oh, do y'all want to know? Hold on. I gotta sit up for this one. This might be my favorite question. This might be my favorite question, because I don't have many lazy days. As you can see, getting me to do this interview has been a fight. And not because I, you know, don't want to, because when she asked me, I said, what? Like, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for my sister and everything, you know, that she's bringing forth. But the days be moving so fast.
Business, life.
So fast. Yeah. It's like I have so much going on. And I don't want to seem like, you know, so important or whatever. But I'm just, you sometimes, because of course I'm well indulged in ministry, so I'm a part of the ministry. I'm well indulged in my business, and then you have your personal life, you have your family, you have your friends to cater to. So it's like that's a lot of things to juggle and balance. So like you said, on a lazy day,
let's get into
a lazy day, which is rare, but I love to cut my phone off, for one. That's number one. That's number one. Sometimes no communication actually relieves my mind. Because
chills. I love that.
Because sometimes you don't even realize you talk so much that you don't even give yourself time to like process certain things, or you don't even give God time to speak. You don't even give it, like, could you just be constantly like so involved in everything else and everything that's going on in the world that you're like, wait, hold on. But definitely, I like to cut my phone off, especially the business phone. I'm sorry, I love y'all, but I sit to the side. I'll come back to y'all in a few hours. But so that's number one. Number two, whenever I get a lazy day, so I'll be honest, because I work so much, I don't get much rest, which probably isn't good. But at the moment, I'm fine with it, because I know that building a business really takes time, and I know that it's really levels to it. So I know eventually I'll get those days where I'm able to rest and I'm able to sit back, kick my feet up, and somebody's able to help me. But we ain't there yet. So when I get there, I will. But I don't get much rest.
It's definitely gonna get there.
It's definitely gonna get there.
Period.
But at the moment, I don't get much rest. So I try to rest on my lazy day. I definitely set every kind of appointment up. Like as of right now, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a lazy day yet because I gotta go get my nails done. But definitely nails, hair, like you know, just massage. Yeah, because my back be on fire. I try to make sure I implement those things in at least, you know, at least twice a month, because you deserve at least 2 lazy days out of the month if you're working all of these weeks back to back. And sometimes I'm gonna be honest, I forget about myself. Like I truly forget. Like, and I'll be like,
it's easy to get caught up, right? It's
easy to get caught up, and I'll be like, I mean, hold on. You didn't go get your hair done this month. Like, just take yourself out. So, yeah, definitely on a lazy day, I'll try to rest. I'll do self-care things. Definitely, the phone is off. The phone is off. Let's make it a song. The phone is off. But, yeah, definitely the phone is off. And I just try to do things that make me happy. Yeah. So, I definitely try to get to learn myself on those days off. What do I like to do? What does Aigner like to do? Because Aigner know that she likes to be creative, you know, make other people happy. But how do I make Aigner happy on her days off? So
take notes, y'all.
Yeah, so definitely I find all of the things that I like to do, and I take it and run with it. Sometimes I go a little too far. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes
you won't be texting me back. I had to get you. I'll be having to get y'all. Like, what is going on? Yeah. But then she gets back.
I do. I'm sorry. But yeah, I found that I like to shop a lot, which isn't that good.
That's become.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm trying to work on it. But yeah, I definitely like to shop. That's one of the things that make me happy. Even if I find myself online, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just buy one piece. It might turn into 3, but that's fine.
We're gonna regroup.
We're gonna come back, regroup, like you said, you know. But yeah, definitely on a lazy day. That's my lazy day. And I always I try my best to spend time with family, because I'm always, like I said, I'm really always at work. It's not like I'm really always at work. But I definitely, throughout those times, I try to like spend time with family and just like, hey, I'm still here. Like my, you know, like just make it known that even when although I'm always working and stuff, I'm still available. I'm still like, I still have time to take off and spend with family and friends. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you just made me think about something I need to add to my my lazy days, which is like I need to turn the phone off.
I'm telling you, sometimes even if it's for an hour, I'm telling you the difference that it will make is crazy. Because I'm such a like, okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm such a like always on call person, that as soon as I hear my phone ring, I'll jump up. Like even if I'm in the middle of my sleep, I'll jump up like, oh, what's wrong? And it's like, sometimes nothing is even wrong. It's just like, I just wanted to talk. I didn't know you were asleep. So sometimes turning that phone off can like let you have that extra hour of rest, or that extra hour of just like, all right, I'm gonna just lay here and I'm gonna just like a peace of mind. Like I'm just gonna, you know, do, you know, certain things that you can do. But yeah, personally, it works for me, so I definitely encourage you to do so.
Listen, I'm on the bandwagon with you. Actually, I'm gonna start tonight.
I love it. I'm gonna start tonight. That was fast. You see?
I'm starting tonight. Don't call me. I see it when I turn the phone back on.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot. So speaking of, remember I told you earlier, I want to catch up on Snowfall. What's something that you watching right now? Like, what's something that you into?
So I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, it's hard to watch TV because when I turn the TV on, the TV watching you.
Yo, that's why you always do. Yo, we watching TV together, yo, and we'll be watching. We used to watch Grownish or whatever it was.
Yeah, Grownish. That was our show, but I still watch Grownish.
Me too.
Okay, alright.
And then next thing you know, she just gone. I'll be like,
y'all. Sleep shall be my portion. Every chance that I get, listen, the TV show gonna still be there. I'll come back to it. Thank God for on demand and stuff now. Back in the day, our parents ain't had it.
What?
Thank God for being able to record TV shows.
Right.
But
Before
anyway.
Ron, all that.
But anyway,
You ain't never lied.
one thing that I'm really into right now is All American.
Speak on it.
I love All American. I still love my grownish.
Who your favorite character on there?
Oh, what, on All American? Spencer.
I love me some Spencer too.
Spencer don't know how to mind his business.
He always is. He want to be saving the world all the time.
But that's I love
Spencer.
Spencer. I love Spencer.
Yeah.
Grownish, of course, Zoe.
Yes.
I was getting into it, but it's this show by 50 Cent called For Life.
All right. Speak on it. Go ahead.
And I really fell in love with it. I mean, I probably still gotta continue to watch it but I got a little bit into season 1, and I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
And that had me up. I was binge watching it.
It's so like.
So you watched that?
So see, I started it with my grandma.
Yeah.
Didn't quite go back, but I like the vibe and the authentic pieces of it. But I do need to go back.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I definitely want to get into that. Like I had started watching it a little bit, but I definitely like it For Life a lot. Of course, Power isn't on right now, but
yes.
Who doesn't love Power?
Who doesn't love Power?
No, actually, I know some people who don't like Power.
Don't like it. Now that's the difference between don't like it and don't watch it. People don't like it. Y'all, I don't even.
Let's have a moment of silence for him.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
But yeah, definitely Power. Tommy is my favorite.
Tommy is
Tommy
gold.
is definitely my favorite.
So loyal.
I don't care what nobody says. He's crazy.
So,
he reminds me a lot of myself.
And that's what he's so thorough. So loyal.
Yeah.
He's so caring.
He's definitely caring. He's crazy. Yeah. I love that. I love that for him. But definitely Power. And as of right now, I think that's it. I am going to get into Snowfall like you told me to. So I'm gonna definitely start that tonight. I promise. I promise. I'm gonna watch at least the first episode
tonight before you go to sleep, right?
But yeah, I think that's all the shows that I've been watching as of right now that I could think of. Yeah.
Okay. There's some good shows you just named too. I can't wait for Power to come back on.
I know. I don't know when it comes back on.
Oh,
you know what I forgot? Even though it's not on right now, Greenleaf.
Wait.
Yeah.
If I ask you,
What?
did they stop it? Like, is it more?
I think it's done. It made me sad.
Yeah, I'm very sad because that was a really good show. I love me some Grace. I love me some Gigi.
Gigi, you my girl.
Shout out to Gigi. I can't remember her real name. But
Shout out to Grace Greenleaf.
Yes, shout out to Grace Greenleaf because you are awesome.
Yeah, I really love that. Carissa, girl, I'm gonna pray for you.
Yeah, continuously pray for Carissa. All love, Carissa. All love, mama.
But and Charity.
Yes.
But she turned out.
Oh yeah.
I did have a love for her at first, but she really made me sad.
Damn, you see, and then I was so upset at her at one point that I forgot all about it. So you just reminded me because
I'm disgusted by her behavior though.
She got completely turned out, and I don't understand why,
but you know we love her Greenleaf.
We love her Greenleaf.
But yeah, that's probably like all the shows that I've really like been like tuned into lately. Again, I don't really get to watch them that often, but when I do, I sit and try to watch every last episode. So yeah.
Big all about. Oh, this is really good. I love this. So this is an exciting part for me because I love activities. So I have one.
Nervous.
So I have a word for you, right? And with the word, for the letter in the word, I want you to pick a word to best describe yourself.
Oh, okay.
So the word that I have for you is cake. So cake is your word. And we're going to go down with each other. So let's start with C.
Okay, C. Confident.
And that's on period. A.
And courageous.
And courageous. That's a great one. I love the word courageous.
Thank you.
You definitely are.
Thank you. You said A.
Yes.
Ambitious.
Ambitious, very.
And amazing.
And amazing. Double amazing. And K.
Whew. Okay. Of course, kind.
Mm-hmm.
Kind-hearted, but okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay with kind-hearted.
Okay. And E.
Yeah. That's hard. Okay.
That's hard.
E. That distracts me. I'm very. I'm filled with excitement.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think. E.
That was a good one.
Wow. I know a lot of words. So.
Sometimes it just stick us up. Very excited and energetic.
Oh yeah, how did I forget about that?
I just popped up out of my head.
Yeah, very energetic. That's what I'm saying. Like I know words, but it's like somehow I can't think. But anyway,
yes, no.
very much energetic. Yeah, I'll take that for A. I love that for me. Energetic.
And the reason why I picked this activity for you specifically because you know the word cake is cute and it goes with what they do, but you know we always been about self-love and expressing it, you know, through ourselves and with each other and just making sure you know we show our love to each other. So. Yes. That's why I want to do that with you. But I also have words that I want to give to you too.
Okay.
For cake.
All right, well, I'm ready.
So my C is caring and charismatic. I was trying to choose between the two. I love those.
Okay, I love those. Okay.
A, authentic. That's one of my favorite words because that's definitely.
Period, Pooh.
K, that's why I kept the word kind earlier when you brought it up because that was my word. Yeah, very kind-hearted. Yes, you're very kind-hearted. And E, this is my favorite one. Extraordinary.
Wow! That's what I'm saying. That was a great one. How did I forget that?
I held this cake nigga for weeks. Like y'all can't wait to tell Ye how much I adore her through this one word because extraordinary was my favorite one. Like, cause it was going on me too. Like I was like E.
But that's what I'm saying. Even energetic. Yeah, that was really hard. But now I love the word cake.
And guess what? Period. Look at that. But guess what? Our friends instant would be like, you would be proud of me. I ain't gonna Google nothing. I just said,
wow.
You know, I'm gonna just have this be from the heart. Because that's what she deserves. Okay.
I love that.
And that's on period.
Well, I like that. That was really fun. That was fun.
Yeah. High five. I love that. But listen though. Before we wrap up, this is what I want you to do for me and for everyone who's watching.
Yeah.
Give us some inspiration. Give us some, leave us with something. Give us some love before we go.
Alright, so I'm going to leave you guys with never giving up. And I know those 3 words, like never give up, it's so cliche. Like, you know how people, you hear it all the time, never give up.
Never give up, right.
Yeah, you hear those all the time. They're very cliche sayings. But to me, they have such a deep meaning because you really can't give up. Now, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your business. Don't give up on your family, your friends. Anything that you do, don't give up. Always continue to try. Always try. And then if it's not for you, still, it wouldn't be considered giving up because you tried. So, definitely I would say always, always try. Always give everything your best. Do it with purpose.
Please take notes, y'all.
Yeah, definitely do it with purpose. There's so many people out here in the world who are doing things just because it looks cool or whatever. But do it with purpose. I don't care if you sweep the floor. Sweep the floor with purpose because you never know how having that floor clean could save someone's life. So do everything with a purpose.
Wow.
I'm just trying to think. It's so much stuff that you can definitely leave people with because you just, you want to make sure that, like we spoke on earlier, that you leave your mark with everything that you do. So, yeah, definitely just do it with purpose. Don't be afraid. Always step out of the box. Definitely don't keep yourself in that comfort zone. Right. Go and explore things, but stick to what is best for you. Don't stick to what you know. Stick to what's best for you. Don't stick to what you know.
See, and that's another saying we get caught up into because we hear it so much.
You
You know, when
hear
we grow
it-
up, stick to what you know. Stick to what you know.
No, don't stick to what you know. Go and explore other things, and then
Wow.
let those things that you know stand out to you stick to you. But the things that don't stand out to you, don't let it stick to you. Because if you stick to what you know, you might have grew up around abuse or something that's toxic. And if you stick to what you know,
That's what you want.
is that okay? I mean, in my opinion, it's not okay.
Right.
But so don't stick to what you know. So that's why I always say, step out of that box, explore. So go explore some positivity.
Period.
and and let that stick to you, and don't let the negative, things stick to you. Trying to think. It's a lot of stuff that I can definitely say, but yeah, I believe that's it as of now. Definitely just try your best, whatever you do. Be consistent. Like I said, never give up, especially not on yourself. Keep trying, keep going, and just find the light in every piece of darkness. So every time something dark is happening, regardless if it's a dark situation or whatever, always try to find the light in it. I'm the type of person that it can be the worst circumstance ever. I am still going to try to find a light in it.
Period.
Even if it causes me to have to crack the corniest joke ever, I'm going to do it. So definitely just always, try to find a light in dark situations. And I believe that's it. I think that's it. It's a lot of stuff, but, yeah, that's
Very
it.
powerful. Very powerful.
Oh, one more thing.
No, go ahead. Let's do it. Because I want to listen to all day. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm not kidding with you. Be thankful and grateful.
Whew.
Because,
Key.
yeah, be thankful and grateful.
Tell them why.
Because there are so many people, not to focus on other people, because I don't want to keep saying that as if I focus on other people or that we focus on other people. But sometimes that could be our problem and we don't even realize it. But there are so many people out there that may be doing the same thing as you, may be doing it quote unquote better than you. But it's always important to remain humble and remain thankful and grateful for what it is that you received. And so just keep your eye on your prize.
Right.
And don't be looking around. Don't be jealous of what other people got going on.
Please.
Don't be comparing yourself, because comparison is really a killer.
The thief of joy.
Seriously. Yeah, so that's all that I have to say. Continue to be thankful and grateful for what it is that you have, what it is that you carry, what it is that's inside of you. And yeah, I'm really finished this one.
No. Listen, that was very, very powerful. Listen, I appreciate you and love you beyond measure. Always and forever.
Beyond words.
Beyond everything.
Beyond
I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this. It was beautiful.
I can say something?
Yes, of course.
I want to say something.
I love it! But wait, before you do that, also thank you for, y'all, she is like the camera expert, like even with everything, how they set up, she got it. It's just perfect. She just came in and said, yo, look, we gonna make this look like this. We gonna make this work. 2 Ray Mines.
Cause listen, again, double whammy. Because listen, when I see somebody is passionate about something, as long as you're passionate about it, I'm gonna help you.
Right.
But you decide to stay stuck and or you no, I don't really want. Yeah, I ain't gonna. I'll be honest. I ain't gonna help you. But I see that my sister is very much passionate about what it is that she has going on. So I was like, listen, we got a beautiful setup right here. We can't miss that.
In the shop.
I said we can't miss that. And then you got the beautiful mugs. You got the plant. Who doesn't love a cute plant? It's just so perfect. So yeah, definitely. I always try to help out where I see fit. So I'm grateful that I was able to help you with that. Anyway, what I was about to say was, I was about to say also thank you for this interview because of course you know and those who know me know I do not like speaking in front of the camera. I do not like I'm so low key and to myself and I mean if you know me then you know that I'm very outgoing and energetic, but if you don't know me you'll think what is wrong with that girl? Why is she sitting over there so quiet? Is she okay? Is she cool? But I thank you for this interview. I am very much proud of you. I am very much proud of everything that God is doing in your life and everything that the places that I see him taking you. So I'm just so grateful because I got to be a part. I got to sit at the table with you. And I got to sit in this. This is a cheer. This is a cheer. This is the setup. Everybody don't get to sit here. Everybody don't get invited. I'm sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. What's the new song with Hov and Not Sorry, Not Sorry?
Sorry, not sorry.
Period. Shout out to them.
But yeah, definitely. I'm excited that I got to sit here. I'm excited that I was able actually to witness you in this zone. Like, of course, I always seen you working. I always seen you interviewing people. I've seen you get up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I've seen her get up in the wee hours of the night. The hours where you was really not supposed to be outside because you had curfew for real.
Exactly.
And get on buses to go to New York to work your behind. Yeah. So I'll never forget those moments. So that's what I'm saying. So anytime that I see you really, working hard, it's a privilege for people to be in your presence. And that's another thing that I want to say. Like, it's definitely a privilege for people to be in your presence. So I'm so grateful. I'm so proud of you. I just love you. Like, you already know that. So I'm definitely gonna give you your flowers. Like, you gonna keep giving me my flowers. And like you made cake my favorite word. I definitely gotta do that. Listen, you can outdo me. I'm a little competitive.
Y'all really heard all of this from the two best people in the world.
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first. Still Young Broadcast. We love y'all. Thank y'all.
For tuning in.
And stay tuned for more, for Nothing Better and Still Young.
Period.
All right.
Bye.